Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Melogene A. Aranzado, and my report topic is all about U.S. occupation and the Third Republic of the Philippines. So, the Third Republic of the Philippines was inaugurated on July 4, 1946. It, it marked the culmination of the peaceful campaign for Philippine independence, the landmarks of which were the enactment of Jones Law in 1916, in which the U.S. Congress pledged independence for the Philippines once the Filipino have proven their capability for the self-government. And the Philippine Independence Act of 1934, popularly known as Tidings-McDuffie, which put in place a 10-year transition period during which the Philippines had Commonwealth status. So, these are the president during the Third Republic of the Philippines. So first is Manuel A. Rojas. Manuel A. Rojas was the last president of the Commonwealth, and his term was May 28, 1946 to July 4, 1946. And he was also the first president of the Third Republic of the Philippines. And his term was July 4, 1946 to April 15, 1948. The next is Elpidio Quirino. He was the second president of the Third Republic of the Philippines, and his term was April 17, 1948 and to November 10, 1953. Then next is Ramon Magsaysay. He was the third president of the Third Republic of the Philippines, and his term was December 30, 1953 to March 17, 1957. So, Ramon Magsaysay, best known for successfully defeating the communist-led Hukbalahap or Huk movement, and he also famous for the term of idol of masses, and he championed of democracy and freedom fighter. Next is Carlos P. Garcia. He was the fourth president of the Third Republic of the Philippines. His term was March 18, 1957 to December 30, 1961. He was famous for his austerity program and policy. He maintained a strong tradition ties with the United States of sought closer relation with non-communist Asian countries. And lastly, Diosdado Macapagal. He was the fifth president of the Third Republic of the Philippines. His term was December 30, 1961 to December 30, 1965. He was a poet, politician, lawyer, diplomat, statesman, economist, and intellectual. He was born to poverty but rose due diligence and brilliance, and best known as the champion of the common man and the poor boy from Lubao. Then let's go next for the Philippine literature during the American and the Spanish period. So, the U.S. occupation from 1898 to 1940. So, the U.S. established a civil government in 1901. Free public education was introduced, and English was the medium of instruction. So, in 1934, President Roosevelt signed a bill making the Philippines a Commonwealth, and on May 14, 1935, Manuel L. Quezon was elected as president. So, the next is the literary works produced during U.S. occupation. So, the production of literary works in English is the direct result of the American colonization of the Philippines. So, the first collection of poetry in English is Filipino poetry. And it was edited by Rodolfo Dato in 1924. So, the short story Dead Stars in 1925 by Paz Benitez Paz Marquez Benitez is considered as the first Filipino modern short story in English, and A Child of Sorrow 1921 by Zoilo M. Galang is the first Filipino novel in English, and the novel His Native Soil in 1940 by Juan C. Laya won, won first prize in the first Commonwealth Literary Awards in 1940. So, the Filipino writers in English during apprenticeship period in 1900s to 1930 imitated American writing. Like the poet of Fernando Maramag writes in a romantic tradition in his sonnet Moonlight of Manila Bay in 1912. So, Moonlight on Manila Bay by Fernando Maramag. A light serene, ethereal glory rests its beam, effulgent on each crestling wave, the silver touches of the moonlight wave, the deep bare bosom that the breeze molests, while lingering whispers deepen as a wavy crest, roll with weird rhythm, now gay, now gently grave, and floods of lambent light appear the sea to pave. O cast a spell that needs not time behests. Not always such the scene. The dim of light has swelled the murmur of the peaceful air. Here east and west have oft displayed their might dark battle clouds have dimmed this scene so fair. Here bold Olympia, one historic night, presaging freedom, claimed a people's care. So, Moonlight on Manila Bay by Fernando Maramag. This poem tackles a part of country's history and how it changes afterwards. According to the writer, the Philippines was once a radiant country, untainted but by the foreign blood. However, things took a drastic turn after American colonization, where he thought the country's radiance was doomed by those who occupied the lands and those who sought war within it. Fernando Maramag thinks our country was stolen from us due to American colonization. So, however, he says that there is still a hope for all the wounds to heal and the country can still regain its former glory. So, the Filipino fictionists copied Sherwood Anderson, William Saroyan, and Ernest Hemingway pattern. So, Sherwood Anderson and William Saroyan and Ernest Hemingway, they are American writers. So, Jose Garcia Villa used the Anderson pattern. Manuel Argelia and NVM or Nestor Vicente Madali Gonzalez was influenced by Anderson and Hemingway pattern, while Francisco Arciliana used Saroyan pattern. So, next is the Japanese occupation from 1941 to 1945. So, on December 8, 1941, the Japanese attacked Manila, and on January 2, 1942, the Japanese occupied Manila. So, in October 1943, the Japanese declared the Philippines independent. And September 20, José P. Laurel was elected as president. And MacArthur and his allied forces returned to the country in 1944. They landed on Leyte on October 20, and the biggest naval battle in history ensued. So the Japanese surrendered formally on September 2, 1945. So the literary works produced during the Japanese occupation. During the occupation, publications were censored by the military. Also, Tagalog was declared an official language, together with the Nihongo. In effect, Philippine literature in English came to halt. So some Filipino writers then turned to writing in Filipino. The Tagalog short story reached its maturity during the period. The best works were compiled by the Liwayway magazine editors in Ang Pinakamabuting Maikling Kathang Pilipino ng 1943, which came out in 1944. It is a collection of stories that won a contest sponsored by the Japanese. So the top four stories were Lupang Tinubuan by Narciso G. Reyes, Uhaw na Tigang na Lupa by Liwayway Arceo, Ngayon at Dagat-Dagatan by NVM or Nestor Vicente Madale Gonzalez, and Suyuan sa Tubigan by Macario Peñada. So, the American occupation of the Philippines spurred the writing of Filipinos in English. On the other hand, the Japanese occupation censored the literary works, yet contributed to the maturity of the Tagalog short story. That's all. Thank you.